This is the Ordinary Business Podcast for business owners who want honest conversations, a lean business, and an extraordinary life on their own terms. Brittany, how many browser tabs do you usually have open when you're working?
Jess, if I had multiple screens, I'd probably have like 30. But with some systems that I have implemented now, I am usually only operating with 2 or 3. So
Look at
I have
you.
significantly cut it down, and it has helped the distraction level so much.
I have 2 windows open right now, and the one that we're recording in, this browser has 14 tabs open.
Mm-hmm. That was my daily, and that's
Yes.
for a pretty good day. So
Yeah.
not bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are going to talk about something kind of fun you do in your business, but before we get into that, can you quickly introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Brittany Braswell. I am a registered dietitian, and I kind of have a 2-part business. So the main way that I have been working with clients for the last 12 years, 13 years plus, is as a food freedom and body image coach. And so I primarily work with women who have some level of disordered eating or negative body image. And we do education, we fill in the gaps on, hey, I don't want to be thinking about food all the time. And I also work with a lot of different professionals that run small businesses that like to keep it lean, like you love to talk about here, like to have a lean team. And I teach them how to create their own internal internship program.
Nice.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I like it. Okay, so we were talking, and I wanted you to come on the podcast because you were like, some friends and I have made this CEO pact. And I was like, I'm sorry, excuse me, what? Okay, so tell us about this pact that you and your business friends made, and what some of what's in it.
Yeah. So we have, for the last 2 years, I've got 2 other really close friends that both run health-centered businesses. One is a functional medicine specialist, and the other is a fitness expert for Christian women. And we all just on these retreats have talked about, we have so many things we want to do in our business, and yet we have all these distractions. And everything we kept talking about that we wanted to do in our business to serve our clients better or to grow in some way kept getting kind of pushed off to the side because we had all these menial things that we were getting involved in, and none of it was really helping us grow. So we were like, we just need some accountability because I need somebody, if I'm going to get something done, I need somebody to light a fire under me sometimes and be like, did you do the thing you said you were going to do? So we made a pact between the 3 of us with 10 things, some that we are going to do and some that we are going to avoid doing. And so we committed to this for 12 months.
I love it.
Yeah. So, you want me to share a few of the things that we came up with? Okay.
Yeah.
So we all run Christ-centered businesses. So for all of us, rather than just rushing into work, we all said we're going to just take even just a minute, 30 seconds, and just pray before we jump into our work blocks to try to just help us focus and not dive into all of the things without even thinking through it. So we do that. We also have we call it a weekly business meeting with God. So on Mondays, after I have my get ready, sit down to go to work, I just have a few minutes where I look back on the week previously and go, what went well, what didn't, how do I need to intentionally plan what's coming up this week or in the next couple weeks. And then I just we said just shut up and listen. Right? have that time where when you have a conversation with a friend or a colleague, conversation has to happen 2 ways. And so I have a tendency, for me at least, with prayer to here's all the things I need, or here's what I need help on. And then I stop and I go along my way. And so
same. Yep.
So I have made myself, I have on my list, shut up and listen. That's my last little business meeting with God point. So we do that. And then we decided we are all nerds and we love to learn and we love to get coached. But we have done some incredible programs in the last couple of years, and we were like, we just need time to implement. So we said no coaching or courses for the next 6 months, which
I love it.
that was really hard for me because I'm like, I love getting the mentorship. And again, like I said, the accountability, I think is so helpful. Oh, this was sort of hard. I love podcasts, but we said we're going to pare down the number of podcasts, YouTube channels, Instagram people that we follow. We picked like a couple of people that we really want to listen to their voices and learn from, and either coaches that we've already worked with, maybe people who we still have their programs, and we're just going to focus on those strategies rather than like, hey, I like what this person's doing. Oh, but this podcast just went into this whole new business strategy, so now we're going to do this and make them work together. It was too much distraction. Alongside that, number 6 was we had to unsubscribe from any extra business emails that we were getting. I get so many emails in my inbox, and even just inbox management was taking too long. And it has helped me not get shiny object syndrome so much. And then I know you love to read. We said we're not going to read any business books that focus on strategy as a whole, or like go do this direction with your business, only if they are like, here's how you improve a skill, right? So we're all going in the direction of like more specific, less distraction. And then some other strategic things for growth is holding on to our work blocks every single week. I have this fun little like hexagon timer. And so I turn it and it has like, 60 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever. So I use that instead of my phone, so I don't have to pick my phone up.
Oh, nice.
That keeps me from getting distracted on my phone. Number 9 was bring on at least one new intern in the next year. I sort of already checked the box for that one.
Yeah.
And then our 10th one was to close all of our computer tabs at the end of the day. Like don't just minimize it, like close them all out and shut the computer down.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. So how were you allowed to listen to the Ordinary Business podcast? Were you not?
Yeah. That's a good question. No, so we didn't, I guess we could have been more specific on podcasts. We just said pare down. So I just looked at how many do I have, and I probably had 15, 20, and I think I pared it down to like, there's probably 4 to 6 that I listen to on a regular basis now. I
really like this list, especially because I have recognized in myself in the last few years that I am sometimes very easily influenced. Like I can go to a conference, it's like general business, and someone gets on stage and talks about a membership or like whatever. I leave the session. I think I need to start a membership.
Right.
Like, and that doesn't mean that I literally go home and start a membership, but it's like I start putting brain power and energy towards that idea for a little bit. Or even if I don't, like, sometimes I've noticed it would start to make me feel like, oh, well, I'm not doing enough, or like that's something else I could have done. So I like that you pared down, kind of shut out some of those extra voices. Because I'm sure you've also experienced when you had more noise going on that like sometimes it's like conflicting
all the time. All the time. And I don't know, maybe this is just, I don't know, I'm sure this is not just a me thing, but when you're in that like growth or scaling sort of stage and you're like, I feel like I'm kind of stuck right now, I tend to look for mentors that are doing something well that I would like to do well. And I have gotten a little more specific over the last handful of years to like mentors like Alex Hormozy. He does not have any kids and he works an insane number of hours. So yes, he has some fantastic strategy, and so much of it would not be applicable to me because I could not do it with mom life. I wouldn't want to do it with the way that I want my business and my life to look. I want to work with people who value family life and aren't going to want to do like 12 to 15 hour days and all the things. And it's so easy to get distracted and go, okay, well, I have this program that's running well, but maybe a membership would be fun. And not that we don't want our business to be fun and enjoyable, but I think we get overly focused on fun, new, rather than like do the consistent, sometimes boring thing that gives you the business and the life that you actually want.
Yes. That's where we need to focus our energy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious, out of these 10 commitments that you made, which one was like easiest and which one has been the hardest?
Mm. From like a simplicity standpoint, it's pretty easy for me to like sit down and pray before I start work.
Mm.
Like, although I will say when I'm having a hard day, like sometimes that's not the first thing that I want to do. But also for me, I'd say the easiest slash exciting, most exciting for me is bringing on an intern
Mm-hmm.
because I have systems for that and I love it and it's fun and it's systemized now, so it's not work. So those kind of two in combination have been the easiest for me.
Okay, the other thing that stood out to me was, I think it was your last one or maybe one of the last ones, the closing the computer windows and tabs
Yes.
feels very ordinary. How has this little tiny like habit changed the way you wrap up work at the end of the day? Or has it changed kind of how you end the day?
Oh my gosh, it's definitely changed because that has by far been the hardest of all of the 10 things on there is like closing the tabs, shutting things down. I used to have this like 25-30 minute commute, and that was my chance to like wind down. I knew my day, like I was done for the day. I'd left the office. And now that I work from home, I like shut down and then I drive 1 mile to pick my kids up from school. And then I
Mm-hmm.
drive a few more miles to pick my other one up from daycare. And so just shutting it down is like getting in the car and leaving the parking lot for me. It's like
Mm.
closure that I don't have this hanging list of like to-dos. I might not have gotten every single thing done on my list, but I don't feel like I have this sign on my door going like, okay, come back in. The kids are asleep. Like
Oh.
shut the door. It's not hanging over me anymore. And just mentally, emotionally, I don't feel that tug that I have to come back in my office. So that has been a game changer for me when it comes to just being more present with my kids and knowing there are some have tos on certain days, but those
Mm-hmm.
get prioritized because of the
Mm-hmm.
way that I've set things up now. And because I know I'm going to shut it down. Yes, life happens and sometimes I have to come back and do something later in the evening. That happens. But oftentimes it can wait till the next day if it didn't happen. And so it forces me into mom mode in a good way to say, shut this down, take this part of my brain, turn it off for a little bit, let my business run on the systems that I've got, and trust they'll be there tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go hang out with my babies and my
Yeah.
husband.
For some reason, that explanation really clicked in my brain. And now I feel like I need to try this. I'm like, this might be a good, like, little mental, I almost want to say like a mental hack, but it's not, but
Yes.
like
Yeah.
to shut down.
It's been a game changer for sure.
Now, with all this talk of like paring down the inbox, the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
everything basically, how has this shifted and like impacted your mental space, like both as a mom, as a human, and as a business owner? Like, what kind of ripple effects have you noticed?
Gosh, well, with what I do with working with women all day that are having chronic food and body thoughts, I know
Mm-hmm.
you're familiar with this. It is mentally draining work. I
Mm-hmm.
love it, but it's not just like, all right, let me turn on some music and do this thing over here that doesn't require a whole lot of focus, and then I'm done. And so, from a mental standpoint, I have to be able to get in a different frame of mind. And if I have I don't know if this is just a woman thing or like a type A thing or whatever, but it's so easy to have just that constant mental to-do list. And I forget what the statistic is. It's something like women make 30,000 decisions a day, right?
Mm.
On little things like not just what am I going to wear and what are we going to eat, but just all of the tiny little things all day. Plus, when you're a mom and you add in all of the like, mom, can I do this, mom, right? Like we have so many
Mm-hmm.
decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to cut down on the decision fatigue. And so being able to have this pact and have these guardrails that help to keep me more focused. And I don't do it perfectly every single day, but I check in on when I have my like weekly business meeting with God, I'm like checking in on reading over my pact stuff. And am I doing
Mm-hmm.
this well? And then on Fridays, the three of us that are doing this together do a Voxer check in and go, okay, how'd you do this week? What did you get done? What did you not get done? What do you need support with?
Mm-hmm.
And so know with that check-in coming, I have to have systems so that I know what needs to get done every day and I can prioritize what are the tasks that have an ROI. And it's
Mm.
not always an income-based ROI, but like, what do I need to get done? And so it has made it a lot easier to say no. I I am not a people pleaser. I've gotten really comfortable saying no.
I
And
love it.
so so having these, guardrails, boundary kind of things in place, it's made it easier from a mental standpoint to know, what do I say no to? Um like I said no to working with a particular client yesterday because the type of issue she was struggling with, I was like, I have a couple that are doing this right now. Mentally, my capacity, like I don't have capacity for
Mm.
doing that and all of the communication with all the other people that would be required. So yes, it would be more income, but it's going to take X amount of time.
Mhm.
I really don't have the mental energy for that. So I'm going to say yes to this thing instead. And
Mhm.
so even though I'm not in a new coaching program, I have 2 people that are at least going to be checking in on me and asking me the hard questions. So
Yes.
that allows me to then go, okay, what's important? And with this pact and with the kind of things that we're doing, I first, before I plan out my business calendar, I plan out our family calendar. So I can put in my family activities and then I layer in the business stuff and then I have margin.
Yeah.
And margin has been the most beautiful thing
Mm.
the last few months since implementing this.
Yeah. I really love how much you are prioritizing and, like, being intentional about, like, what's my capacity, my mental energy. I feel like that is sometimes something that a lot of business owners kind of just gloss over.
Yeah. I don't want to hit burnout. I don't
Right.
want to hit burnout.
So
I work with enough people who hit burnout on a regular basis that I
mhm.
can recognize the signs of it before it kicks in, and the boundaries are 100% necessary for
Yeah.
that.
Okay, you mentioned the weekly Voxer check-in.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's been any weeks that one of you is like, I really want to invest in this new coaching program.
So I love this question because 2 of the 3 of us are like, we've got this new project. I want to do this thing. And then our other friend, we just did 3 episodes on during the retreat. We recorded 3 podcast episodes, and in one of them is we're introducing ourselves, and one of them's like, and I'm the one that keeps us on track. So I don't know that any of us have yet said, hey, I'm thinking about this program, but we have come in with, hey, I have like four ideas for like, here's what I can do in the new year. And then we do have to come in and be like, look, you are a genius. That is a beautiful idea. Put it in your drafts, minimize that little section of it, and come back to it when you have capacity. Does it fit on your calendar? I have a promotional calendar for 2026 behind me that has all 3 of our like launches and things for the
Mhm.
whole year. And so we'll look on it and we'll go, oh no, look, you have a launch scheduled for like 6 weeks after that. You can't do that.
Oh, no, no, no. Look at the calendar.
So that has definitely been helpful. We do have to call each other out on a somewhat
Yeah.
regular basis.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, my last question for those listening who are like, this sounds so good. Like, I want to do this with some friends, but I don't know even know what I would put. What's maybe one simple boundary or habit or whatever that you would suggest that they start with?
I would say, like, number 1, you have to know what for you is valuable in your business. So,
Mm.
like I mentioned, the ROI, like I try to delegate as much as possible to my engines so that I can work on the higher ROI task, but they're not all, like I said, they're not all financial. So I think you have to start with figuring out what is most valuable to you in your business that only you can do.
Uh-huh.
And then you have to start saying no to work that makes you feel like, hey, I'm checking a thing off my list, right? I'm feeling productive. That type A me likes to check the box that I've done it, but that it doesn't actually result in ROI. I have a to-do list, and then I say, this is my ta-da list. Like, this is all the
Mhm.
stuff that's been checked, right? So if you're getting too much on your ta-da that's done, like, how much of it is really
Mm,
valuable for you?
I like that. Yeah, that's a good reminder. This has been so, so good. I have so many ideas. I feel like I'm going to go start drafting my CEO pact after this. Where can we connect with you online if we want
Yeah.
to see what you
Yeah.
do?
If you're interested in food nutrition, food freedom stuff, you can hang out with me on the Faith Filled Food Freedom podcast. Or if you want to learn any more about like the internship process, you can you can hang out with me on my website at brittanybraswellrd.com/coaching. Love to hang out there, hop on the email list, do all the fun things. But yeah, I'm on Instagram some. I'm at Brittany Braswell RD there, but it's hit or miss because it's not a high ROI task for me. So I hang out in my stories some now, but I probably haven't posted on there since my last launch.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, well, thank you so much for being here and sharing your pact.
Well, thanks so much, Jess. I appreciate you having me. It was a lot of fun.